Everyone, it's Tony, and today I'm going to do a video about prisms and how to use them in PvP. So, prism is an important part of PvP because there is several things that you should care about, like which prisms are the more important, how do you keep them alive, and which one to pick, etc. So I'm going to give you, for example, a list that I made and explain it a bit. So this is, according to me, not the most important prisms, but the one that you need to keep alive the more from top to bottom. And so let's get started. So Glorious Soul and Shadow Soul are most likely the two best prisms, at least when you ext them. Then you also have Heroic Alliance, Alchemy, which is Openia Prism, and Pestilence. So for me, these 5 prisms should be your main priority to keep alive so your 5 best heroes that stay alive. Then you have the prism of the race of your army. For example, the Guardian for human, Death Wish for Lich, Adamantine for Mechanist, and also Guardian, but I think the melee unit one is more important than the range unit one. Then you have Turn the Tide, which is kind of special because uh, it actually can be on the bottom if everything of you survive very well, because it only need to last 20 seconds, because then the effect stops. And if you X the effect, you need it to last 30 seconds. Else, don't exit because it won't benefit you. Then you have a Blessing of Piety, which usually go on Floras. So because with her heal, she should be able to heal every hero on the battlefield, and so provide the buff to every hero. And she stays alive decently, so this is just an easy pick. Then you have Armor Corrosion. Right now, some gladiators start to tank a bit better, so it can be good to use it in your formation. I used to remove it, but now I started to add it again because it is useful. And then you have the smaller troop buff like Tiny Might, Warrior, Rapid Strike, Coercive, etc. So this is for the one you use. Then pour your prep or Arcane Regent depending on which range unit you use. And if you don't care about your range unit, you don't deploy this prism. And then Agony and Reflection Armor are two very important prisms and very useful, but their effect starts at the start of the battle, and then they stay uh, as long as it stays. Like, it doesn't matter if the heroes that wear the prism die or not. That's why I put them a bit under, because they are kind of special. And this also works for Protective Shield, but to be honest, Protective Shield is not so good, so that's why I didn't include it. Like, I put it in parentheses because you don't have to deploy it, but if you deploy it, you can put it on an hero that can die in 2 seconds, you don't care. And then even at the bottom of the bottom, I put Will to Survive, Evenly Present, Shamanic, because for me you don't have to deploy this prism and they are rather useless. Also, I didn't add them, but there is 2 prisms that are decent. So first there is Blessed Power, which is a 4-shard prism that give more stats to the units around the hero, and this hero have to stay alive for the buff to be here. So yeah, this one also have to stay alive. And then final one is Dragon Prism, Dragonic Defiance. So I think that should be enough, and maybe just to give you some hints, and also you can do your own list on what you think prism are more important. This is just based on my opinion and only my opinion. Uh, so things to make hero stays alive, for example, you have Melias, you have heroes who have, for example, Hourglass, Solantris, the Cape, Sky Totem, mage heroes who have immunities, uh, other or any other heroes that have immunities, and usually it is better on ranged heroes. So that should be about all for the video. Hope it helped you with your formation and you will have better understanding of prisms.